Through my life experiences, I've come to realize character builds hope. With regards to the nature of hope, I will share some insights with you. First, I need to define hope by explaining what it is not. Hope is not fickle, here today and gone tomorrow. Hope doesn't mean we always get what we want. Hope isn't wasted on material things such as, I hope we have chicken patties for lunch, or I hope I get into the college of my choice. Hope is much more profound. See, there is an overarching premise regarding hope that we are all part of something greater than ourselves. For me, this is why character builds hope. Let us for a minute revisit what Paul states in his letter to the Romans. We can boast of our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, character produces hope, and hope does not disappoint. For Paul, hope stems from the belief that we are justified by faith or made righteous by our faith in Christ, and therefore we share in the glory of God. I personally concur with Paul. However, I do understand and I do welcome your own readings into this year's chapel theme, because I accept that some of us here hold fast to different religious traditions, and others of us live deeply into secular humanism, and others of us don't believe in God. Since we are an inclusive community, we resolve our differences of faith by understanding that we are part of something greater than ourselves. So with this premise in mind and our diversity accounted for, I have great hope for the Episcopal Academy. I especially have great hope for you, our students. However, I don't hope for you to be perfect. I just think that's unreasonable. However, I do hope that in your imperfection you come to love your true selves, your blemishes, your warts, and your shortcomings. And with that said, I hope you develop a growth mindset and believe that you can improve upon your weaknesses and operate from positions of strength. I hope you don't set goals of getting straight A's. Do I need to say that again? I hope you don't set goals on getting straight A's. However, I do hope that you put in the work, seek the support, and advocate for yourselves to be the best you can be. More importantly, I hope that you fall in love with learning and just allow the grades to become the byproducts of your good and honest work. Therefore, I hope that academic integrity is not just an abstract aspiration, but becomes an authentic testimony of your willingness to stand proudly behind your work, which is completed with honesty and without corruption. We can work together to uphold the virtue of academic integrity and to rid our community of this nonsense that we must get straight A's at any cost. We are better than that. You are better than that. And together we are better than that. With regards to community service, I hope you don't just accumulate hours for the sake of padding your resume. However, I hope you serve to learn and you learn to serve in order to understand that the people we serve have a gift to give us in exchange. I hope that service for you becomes a way to make the stranger your neighbor. I have so many hopes for you. I hope you have a discerning mind and spirit so you can begin to reflect on why you do what you do. I hope you discern why you play a certain sport. I hope you discern why you play an instrument or why you participate in drama. I hope you discern why you are drawn to a particular college. I hope you discern why you behave one way in a given situation and then another way in another situation. Yes, character builds hope. I hope you live the stripes and practice them in all phases of your life. You have shown you can do this. For example, last year on Haverford Day, when the fans were jeering you with all types of slurs, you responded by singing the school song and added new luster to our fame and showed great loyalty to our name. In that moment, you displayed a virtuous act of defiance. That is you at your best. Your response was authentic to who you are. My hope for you and for us as a community is that we can settle on the reality that the virtue of the stripes can't be compartmentalized. For example, we cannot live into honesty if we are only honest when people are watching. In order to live the stripe of honesty, we must be honest in our effort to do our best, in our effort to become better people in all phases of our lives, and in our effort to be authentic in our work, in our leisure, and in our relationships with one another. I hope that we can authentically embrace difference. I hope we can disagree and still live into the respect, dignity, and integrity that every human being deserves. I hope as a school community we can follow the example of Bishop William White when it comes to interacting with people who hold different political opinions than we do. William White retained his goodwill and even affection for those with whom he differed. Before the Declaration of Independence was ratified on July 4th, 1776, Reverend Duché and William White served as the clergy at Christ Church at 2nd and Market Streets. By 1777, they found themselves on different sides of the political spectrum. When it came to the American War of Independence, Bishop White was the chaplain of the Continental Congress. Reverend Duché returned to England to support King George III and the Bishop of London. However, in a letter later written to Reverend Duché on November 29, 1777, we witness William White's willingness to respect others who disagreed with him. He writes, "I could not let it pass without a line acquainting you that I am still alive, and that my affection for you has suffered no diminution by absence or the difference of political opinion." Bishop William White knew that his respect for the individual human's dignity needed to transcend their differences. I hope we can live up to that virtue. Bishop William White did not compartmentalize respect. In other words, he didn't take the position, I can only respect those who agree with me or those who affirm my political position. I have hope that we can do the same. I have hope that what we learn in this sacred space, what lessons stem from this sanctuary, will go out with us into the world and practice. I have hope that good will overcome evil because our collective commitment to live the stripes of courage, generosity, faith, respect, honesty, kindness, courtesy, sportsmanship, self-control, and gratitude will become a testimony that character builds hope. In closing, we as a community have an opportunity to be an example to one another that the golden rule can become a reality by sharing knowledge in the classroom, engaging with one another in service projects, and challenging individual potential within the realm of athletics. the power of hope. The power of hope will lead us to choose pardon over resentment, peace over discord, love over hatred. We can do this. Yes, we can. After all, character builds hope, and hope does not disappoint. In silence, let us reflect on what we've just heard.